What's up, folks? Thank you guys so much for sticking in there with us. Listen, I'm excited. Before we get started, if you could please like and share this particular show. I'm very excited about today's show. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and do some amazing things real quick and acknowledge some of our sponsors. Then we're going to go right into the show. So if you could bear with me one moment, go ahead and like and share and let everybody know that we're tuned in to Jervis Canty and Friends for a very special episode of the show.
Crystal Clear products are vegan and paraben free, with CMOS transforms all skin types from acne to rosacea. The vitamin C serum has lightening properties like kojic acid to help hyperpigmentation and anti-aging. Order these products today. Created by licensed esthetician Crystal Wilson. Face the world crystal clear.
Please go over to yptonthego.com for Sonia Tyson West and YP Your Premier Travel. Book your first booking coming out of the COVID-19. I promise y'all I can talk today. Go ahead and book your first trip. Mention the promo code Jervis C 2021 and you'll receive $100 off of your booking. You must travel before 12/1/2021. They've been in business for over 50 years. If you want to go on a trip, if you need a vacation, you need a break, Sonia is the person to call. Then if you're looking for a new home, if you need one, let Angela Armstrong help you. She is a real estate developer for O'Connor Real Estate Development. You can contact her at 313-963-9891. And TJC Naturals, Beauty and More. This oil is amazing. I actually use it on my body and it feels amazing. It gets you nice and your skin is always dry during the winter months. It's always a tassel or a rough time with your skin. This is going to help your skin get better. And for those of you that are needing some help, look, we're in a pandemic and everybody needs some type of coaching or something that can help them be better. Why not contact LaBria Davis? She's a certified life coach and career consultant. You can reach her for your consultation today, 626-381-8479. And she's now accepting virtual clients. Today, I am excited to have my amazing guests. These are two of the most talented brothers in the game. The first guy, Mr. B. Jareal, he's a recording artist, has an amazing product out or an amazing album out recording. I can't talk. What is the problem? I promise I'm gonna get through here today. He is a recording artist and singer-songwriter. His new album, No Holds Bar, you can find it wherever music is sold. It is an incredible project. It is incredible. Check it out. Let's give him some love. B. Jareal, and then we have DJ Boog. He is a curator, a DJ, business owner, and CEO of Groove Radio Detroit. B, how you doing? Jareal, B. Jareal, y'all both B today. So
yeah, I'm like, what? How are you?
Man, I am good. I'm excited about today's show. I'm really excited. Nobody really knows what's going on, but
I know.
yeah, so we'll see. And DJ Boog, what's up, bro?
What's up, man? I'm happy to be here, bro.
Man, I'm excited y'all here. This is the kickoff of the anniversary.
So happy 1 year. Yeah, happy 1 year, man.
It's been a fast year. I want to first thank you for the work that you've done, allowing our show to stream on Groove Radio. It's really exciting to see the things that are taking place as a result of us working together and all these things happening. It's just real exciting. I want to talk to both of you guys because this is an exciting episode for me, and we're going to disclose it shortly, not too soon, because we want to get some people in. For those of you again who are watching, in about 25 minutes, we're going to premiere something so great. And these two guys are a part of it. but I want to talk to them a little bit so you can get some insight on who we're talking to today. Um, I have a question for both of you, and you either one of you can jump in first. Um, when did you know you had this calling to do something dealing with entertainment or music? I'll let you go. I'll let you go first, Book.
Oh, okay. When did I know it was a calling? Hmm, probably, probably like high school. When I was in high school.
High school.
Yeah,
Okay. Now,
I think.
what did you do in high school? That kind of like were you involved in the music department? Like, what did you do? I know you were a rapper, so let's
No, I didn't rap. I didn't rap. I
Okay.
sang.
Okay.
So when I was younger, I sang. Well, I still sing technically, but um, my journey with music actually started when I was real young, but it didn't. I didn't look at it as a calling until I was in high school.
Okay.
Um, and just being, um, you know, in choir. Um, my aunt, her best friend was Thomas Whitfield, so I used to call
Oh
him
man.
Tommy.
Oh wait.
So being able to kind of like sit up under him and see how they operate and do things or whatever. And I was real passionate about music. My only biggest issue back then though was just having the confidence to really like get into it like for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I knew in high school like music was my calling in some way, shape, or form. I didn't know I was going to end up being singing or if I was going to be dancing or whatever. But at the time, I just knew music was going to be it.
So you just had the talent. You
Yeah,
just had the talent. Now B.
it was always there.
Yeah. Now B, how about you? When did you know you had this focus on entertainment and music?
Well, I grew up in a singing family, so
Hmm.
it started from the start. They had been singing, since I was like, you know, born.
Right.
And so I don't know, like I'm not like a follow the leader type of person. So I didn't gain the passion because they did it. Some people they tend to do what their family want them to do. It was just something I grew into on my own. I really started singing at a church at a very, very young age, thanks to my grandmother who put me in different programs and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
it really wasn't until high school where I was like, okay, now it's time to make it into something bigger. And so that's kind of when that came about in terms of like recording and all of that. Even though I had started recording before high school, but that's when I really wanted to like do it for real, for real.
Okay. Okay. So let's talk about your individual endeavors, and I'll start with you. I'll start with you, Book. Um, you're a curator. You've created Groove Radio Detroit, and it's that's a big deal to start the network for people who are musically inclined. You're the one responsible for putting the program together, putting everything together, gathering the shows, gathering the content. Let's talk about your involvement and what it is that you've created and what it's become and what it's becoming.
Um, yeah, radio was always something that I wanted to do. Traditional
Yeah.
radio didn't pan out. Plus, there's some of my big homies who are in radio, and they was kind of like, yeah, you might not want to make this move. If you can create your own lane, then you should do that.
Nice.
Like
Okay.
that's how I approach DJing the same way, and so it just got to a point where I was like, okay, I had done some shows for some other people like DJing for their shows on internet radio, and then I was
Mhm.
like, I should just start my own station.
Okay.
Um, and keeping in mind like I knew there were other people that I was connected to who were interested in doing radio, but didn't really have the outlet or didn't really have the connects or didn't know how to get started, they didn't know how to do their own thing. And so I kind of just wanted to be a vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Like Groove Radio Detroit um, has been a launching pad for some people.
It has. It
Um,
it it has.
yeah, and so but it's a launching pad for me too. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of all like growing together. And so thankfully I'm connected to other people who have kind of been able to give me insight
Okay.
behind internet radio, just radio in general. And so right now we just, letting things grow organically while I'm piecing things together.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm looking forward to what it can become.
It's already doing its thing, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here. You know, I'm proud to be a part of the Groove Radio family. My show is actually heard on Groove Radio weekly, so I appreciate you for that. I'm excited. Looking forward to the merge of you two brothers. Because his music playing on Groove Radio, I'm excited. I'll be excited to see that. Um, now, it's so hard for me not to call you Brandon. Good grief, but I'm gonna call you B. So B, what prompted you to record? Now, this wasn't your first recording, but this is your first national recording, correct?
Yeah.
What made you decide to push this project, and what made you do it during the pandemic?
um, so I probably have maybe 3 albums before this one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And those were just like albums that I just kind of gave away. Didn't really do anything with it because they wasn't really recorded professionally to my liking. So I kind of made the decision that it was time. It was time to do the debut, and I wanted it to be something different that people weren't used to from me. And so I really went
Absolutely.
above and beyond trying to scout, to kind of put this together and how I wanted to kind of put it out there. And so I didn't want to release it during
Mm-hmm.
the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
But I talked to a few people and they were like, well, it's probably a good time to release it because, people can't do anything but sit home and listen.
Yeah, that's
Mine
true.
came out in August 28th. And so that was like around the time when people had started lighting up a little bit and they started getting back out. And so, I still I feel cheated. Like I didn't
Mhm.
as I could have gotten because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Because I'm still limited even to this day on what I can do or willing to do at this point.
Yeah. Here's what I love about the statement you just made, and how I can kind of combat it a little bit, um, because I think that you put it out at a time for the people who to become familiar with it. So I think that's a great thing. What I also think is great is that we're coming out of a pandemic. We're eventually going to come out of this pandemic, and in that there's going to be a big push for all the people who have been working during the pandemic. Things are going to start going to the forefront because now people will be able to visualize and hear and see, what you've been working on. So I wouldn't say, it definitely wasn't a bad idea because you help people get through the pandemic with music to listen to, just like you, Boog. You give people a platform to help them mentally get through what they're going through. So I think that the doors are going to open. When the doors open, your music will be in the forefront, and that's when everything is going to take off. But the fact that you put out a really good project, the project it really is a good project. It's going to do what it needs to do when it needs to do it. But the set time for it is the time that you put it out. It's just going to grow from there. So I see that. You guys, what would you say makes a great song? What would you say makes a great song? And you can just jump right into the conversation.
Hmm. Um, from my standpoint, um, what makes a great song, I think one, the production
Yeah.
is to be something that catches you. You know what I'm saying? Like the average person, like you hear a track or a beat or something that makes you want to move.
Yeah.
The next step is automatically now you're going to listen to see what's being said on the track, right?
Mm-hmm.
So production being good, and the second thing is, what is the person saying on this track? Is it relative to me? Is it something that I can, identify with? Is it something that can move me and move somebody else?
Yeah.
And just the DJ part of me is like, for certain things,
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, can this make people want to get up and dance? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Or is it gonna make them tap their feet and
Yeah.
just, you know what I'm saying, move side to side? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think that is what makes good songs. Good production and something that's relative or something that you can identify with um, through the lyrics.
That's a great breakdown. What about you, B.
Um, so there you go again. I feel like there was once upon a time when people listened to the lyrics right off. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Mm-hmm.
like Boog said, it starts off with the production. Like they listen to the music first. Like that's just what it is. Even if it's like a ballad or slow song, they're gonna
Yeah.
look at the production. So I agree that that is the first thing. And then lyrical content comes after because it has to be relatable to what people are actually going through, like he also said. But then for me, I like my music to be melodic because it needs to be catchy so that people can continue to sing it. And they'll be like, I don't know why I can't get that melody out of my head, but they'll
Yeah.
keep. So
Mm-hmm.
something that's melodic and going to be catchy for people to kind of grasp and can't like let go. So that's what I think is important to the song as well.
Yeah. I know for me, when I listen to music, the first thing I'm listening for, I love a good beat, but the first thing I'm listening for, I listen to music kind of inside out. I
Mm-hmm.
listen to the background vocals. I lock into that. That's my lane right there. If you give me some good background vocals, then I know what I'm gonna get on the lead, and I know what the music is doing. So like I'm a background vocals fanatic. But I think, a lot of people listen to music for different reasons. Everybody has their lane and their music that they like to listen to. For both of you, what would you say to a person? And we're all pretty fairly new at doing what we do. I'm new at this, and we're all new in our new lanes.
You
I
ain't
am
new,
pretty
dude.
new at this.
Ah,
Yeah,
you ain't new.
it's been a year. Well, I had a show before this, but I'm fairly new at this. It's new. You know, we start things and we don't know what the outcome is going to be. We don't know how people are going to respond and react to it. So, I tell people all the time, when you put out something new, it's like you're standing in the middle of the street naked and everybody's watching you. So you got to perform and give them something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You got to give them something. And so I think the biggest part of that is the biggest part of that for me is just being able to uh, do it, making that step to step out there and get it done. What advice would you give to a person who is learning or wants to get into music, whether it be the production side, whether it be the instrumental side, the vocal side? What information would you give a person, or what advice would you give a person?
Hmm. Uh, for me, I mean, it starts with um, is it something that you're passionate about?
Yeah, yeah,
You really can't pursue something for real, for real. If you're not passionate about it.
yeah.
You want to be able to put everything into it. Um,
Hmm.
I would say also research whatever you're
Yeah,
going into, because everything is layered. Some people feel like, well, I can sing, and so as long as I can sing, I can just do it. But it's more to it than that. You know what I'm
it's
saying?
a whole lot more to it.
Same thing with songwriting. You know what I'm saying? And how you put songs together, how you format it, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Same thing with producing a song. If you are making tracks, that's layered too. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Knowing how to format it, learning different sounds, how you can put
yeah,
different sounds together, how you can layer it, you know what I'm saying, to make it sound fuller and stuff like that. So it's really a combination of just researching, practicing, and just really having that passion to get after it.
Yeah, I think that, yeah, that's a great answer. What about you, B?
I agree with all those things, and I think what was I? It was something I wanted to say, but I lost it. But I'm actually trying to answer that question for myself. Even
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um, oh, I know what it was. Basically, coming to it with no expectations,
yeah,
because you never know. You know what I'm saying? What will happen? What you're going to get? How people are going to respond? And I think some people come in with these big grand ideas, and
mhm,
they get disappointed when it doesn't happen that way.
yeah,
We all have been there as artists. Period. We have a
mhm,
vision for something, and it just doesn't pan out, and then we get discouraged and don't want to do it, and then we got to keep going. Keep going, regardless of the situation. But it definitely takes a lot of, like you said, research. And I think that's it. Yeah, research, practice. Because for singing just regularly around the house, recording and performing live are three different things.
yeah, it is.
So you can't bring the stage voice to the studio. So it's like, there's some people who can really, really sing, but they get in the studio and just like, I don't know what to do. Or, they just can't get the concept of actually being in the studio. So it's a process. So it's really about practicing and kind of taking your time and researching and learning everything you need to learn to be successful.
Hmm. I think that's awesome. Yeah, and it's necessary. I'm going to answer this question. My brother, Demetrius Neighbors, Jervis, when there is no background vocals, what do you listen for next? I actually listen to instrumental music to escape voices because just as I listen to voices, sometimes I don't want to hear nobody talk. Sometimes I just need to hear a melody. And so when I'm listening to instrumental music, I'm listening to whatever that lead instrumental is. I want that to speak to me. And I ain't listening for what's happening in the background. So I'm kind of weird when it comes to music. When it comes to an instrumental, I want to hear what that lead instrument, whether it be a keyboard, a bass, whatever it may be, I want it to speak to me. I want it to speak to me first. And then after it speaks to me, I'll focus on what's happening in the background. But I want to hear that lead first. So that's how because for me, when I listen to music, I want to feel it all over my body. I want music to just saturate my whole situation. So if I'm stressed out, I'm listening to that music to get the escape that I need. And that's why I love music so much. That's why it feeds me, it gives me everything that I need. Um Oh, he said perfect answer.
Hey,
But
that,
that's
that
just
was that was a good answer. Very
I
good answer.
love music. I love music, and I live, sleep, eat, and breathe music. I'm gonna ask y'all a question that I love to answer. If you had to if you had to lose one, would you lose your sight or your hearing? If you had to lose one, which would you choose?
Ooh, I would definitely keep my hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And B, what about you?
You would think as a musician that you would automatically want to keep your hearing, but I don't know. That's hard. I think that because of the music purposes, and that's what I'm really passionate and love to do, then I would keep my hearing as well. Because I almost said sight for a minute, but I would keep that. But yeah, it'll be hearing. I'll keep hearing.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that question. Somebody asked me that question in a class one day, and I'm like, "What?" It really kind of just freaks you out a little bit. But for me, my answer is I done seen just about everything, but I cannot imagine my life without music and sound. I cannot imagine it. I cannot imagine not having a life with none of that. It would be just too much. Now we came together for this show for a particular reason. So first of all,
Mhm.
My initial theme song for the show, Boog, you supplied that music. You supplied that beat, but you gave me two beats at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, okay, well, let's listen to this beat. And I'm gonna play just a little intro just so y'all can hear the original theme music because it came from DJ Boog. So we're gonna play a little bit of that theme music and then we're gonna come back and talk a little bit more. It's only gonna be a few seconds. I think it's about 27 seconds. So we're just gonna play the intro one more time and then we'll talk about the reason for today's show. So let's hear it. It's so funny because I hear that beat in my sleep now. Like every time it's on, I hear that beat in my sleep. I can hear it. So you create music, you create beats, you create what is your process of creativity when you create these beats?
Ah, it's just a vibe. Like
It is a vibe.
I think when I made this track, was the funny thing is this track and the second one that you talk about, they were like two of the first tracks that I made when I started back
Wow.
producing
Okay.
back in
Okay.
August. And so I was just got into this real good space, and I think I did those two, like five others in the span of a weekend. I did 7 tracks,
Wow.
and I was just had different thoughts, cycling through the different things. So like I'm a lover of music overall. So you know, I think I did that house with it because I love house music.
Yeah,
Um,
me too. Me too.
I did some stuff with the R&B feel. I did some hip hop stuff. I did a techno joint. I did a kind of like a reggae Latin type joint. And it was like two other ones that I did, but it was just different sounds that was coming in my head. So I was playing with some stuff in the program, and then it just kind of like I hear something and be like, oh, that's the sound, and then
Yeah.
boom, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You just start going and just cycling through different sounds and whatever felt good, whatever sound that I found, if it felt good,
Hmm.
roll with it and just play around with it until it fit whatever I was, whatever groove I was in. So with that
Yeah.
house track, um, I had a synth and a horn sound, and I hit a certain pocket, and I was like, "Yo, this feel good right here." And then
Yeah.
I just let it do, let it
Yeah.
do.
Well, you did, and it was. So I hear that beat, and I hear a lot of people talk about. I love that beat that you play in the beginning of the show. Who is it? So I tell them who you are, and I'm like, okay, he gave me two beats, and I hadn't thought about doing anything with the second beat because I love that beat,
Mm-hmm.
and so I listened to that beat and it because it's a part of my music rotation. So I play both of them, in my little music rotation. Um, so one day I was having a conversation with B, and B was saying, "I want to do a song for your show," and I said, "Well, I have this beat. I have this beat that was given to me, and." Here's what I love about musicians. Musicians can take your ideas and make them so great. They they hear your message, they hear what you love, they hear what you want, and
Mm-hmm.
they make it great. I kind of hate I got a great ear for music. I can hear so well. But what I love about musicians, so Brandon, let's talk about vocals. Let's talk about your vocal experience, not your experience, but what you look for in developing a song or developing music.
Like I said, I like very melodic stuff. And the guy who mix and masters my majority of my material, he always like joke around about me and my arrangements and background vocals because I'm very
Hmm.
big on putting backgrounds and arrangements together. Like to me, that's what makes the song feel full and complete. Like it's not complete unless they have those like amazing backgrounds going on or arrangements. And I think songs have moved to a more simplistic type of sound today, so it's not as much. But I still try to incorporate me because that's me into my music, and I think people still appreciate it. And so me putting it,
Absolutely.
a piece of it onto the album that I had, No Holds Barred. I'm learning that people really appreciate those songs more than the simplistic stuff. So that's important for me to be able to have the fullness and the arrangements of backgrounds. Like you said, you listen to backgrounds, I do too. So
Hmm.
I can go into a song and really pick it apart, try to like listen to what is going on in every aspect. So I want people to be able to do that with my stuff as well.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I listened to your project, No Holds Barred, and you already know my favorite song, so I'm not even gonna mention it. I'm not gonna mention it. But it's the jam, and it's one of the ones that take you somewhere else. It don't keep you here; it takes you there. But it's my jam. It is like the song. What I love about the detail of your music is you're very detailed on background. I had the opportunity to interview Chrisette Michelle. And Chrisette Michelle, I told her the thing that drew me to her music the most was her background vocals. Chrisette Michelle can blow, she can sing, but it wasn't what she was doing in the front of that mic that drew my attention. It was all that stuff that they do in the background. And so I was listening to that and I told her I loved it. And she said that's the greatest compliment that you can give a vocalist. If you notice the background vocals, she said, because the other stuff we done worked so hard at writing that, singing it. We can go in the studio, sing it one time. We don't have to stack it. We don't have to do nothing extra to it. But that background vocals is where you really bring the song to life. It could finish a phrase, it could end the phrase, it could do everything, it could make or break a song.
Mhm.
Um, I want to talk about some of the comments we're getting because all the comments aren't showing up here. But some of the comments is hashtag no holds bar is a great project. Um, Jervis, you're doing a great work as you consider yourself new. I am new at this. Um, every singer ain't no lead singer. And then in regards to instrumentation, it's almost like you listen to instrumental, there is no lead vocals, but there is still a lead. So yeah, I'm really, really just kind of excited about everything. I'm gonna take a pause real quick because I do want to acknowledge our um I swear I'm going to learn to talk today. I want to acknowledge our sponsors. So once we acknowledge the sponsors, we're going to get into this big news that we want to bring forth to you guys. So bear
Yeah,
with me
yeah.
one moment. For those of you that are needing somebody to talk to that specializes in services for life coaching and career consultation, I need you to contact my friend Labria Davis. She is actually accepting virtual clients. You can actually contact her at 626-381-8479. It's wonderful to be able to talk to somebody who doesn't know you because they'll be able to speak to you a lot more clearer than sometimes your family and your friends do. If you're looking to move, you need a new home, let me help you. Angela Armstrong with O'Connor Real Estate Development. She is here to help you. You can contact her at Angela at o'connordetroit.com, or you can call her in the office at 313-963-9891. Call her today. Everybody's going to be looking for a new home soon, I hope. TJC Naturals. This is an oil that I use on my skin. Um, it is amazing. It's all natural. You can use it on your hand, feet. It's made from all natural ingredients. It gets your skin together. Summertime is coming, so you don't want to be walking out with no rough skin. So please, ma'am, please, sir, jump on that and get that together real quick. And then contact my friend Sonia Tyson Weston. of your premier travel at www.yptonthego.com or call her at 248-295-2715. And if you mention the promo code Jervis C2021, you'll receive $100 off of your next booking, good through December 1st. I'm really excited about that. Let's go into our last two sponsors, and then we're going to go into this special announcement.
Crystal Clear products are vegan and paraben-free, with sea moss transforms all skin types from acne to rosacea. The vitamin C serum has lightening properties like kojic acid to help hyperpigmentation and anti-aging. Order these products today. Created by licensed esthetician Crystal Wilson. Face the world crystal clear. Crystal.
Thank you again to all our sponsors of today's show. Listen, if you want to be a sponsor on the show, we are now accepting sponsors for the month of April. If you want your products or services aired on the show, or if you want to send me some products and we sample the products on the show, we can do that too. Please send your information or inquire, DM me on social media, or you can send an email to Jervis Canty and Friends at gmail.com. We would really love for you to be a part of our sponsorships. We are grateful for all of our sponsors. Now, folks, I want to talk a little bit because let's talk about this project that we came together for today. I'm excited. I'm gonna let y'all talk about it. So Boog, I called you, and when I called you, I said, Boog, I got somebody who wants to put some lyrics to this song. How do you feel about it? How are you feeling to have your music put to vocals and ready to be put on a project?
Oh, I thought it was dope when you hit me up. I was kind of confused at first when you text me.
Yeah, you were. Yeah,
I was yeah, all you got to do is just But then I had to read back, and I was like, okay, so somebody want to record to the track. Cool, let's just do it.
Yeah. I am very,
that's dope.
I'm grateful for it.
You say you had a theme song. I'm like, all right, let's roll.
First of all, the beat was dope. It was dope on its own. You know what I'm saying? It was a dope beat. And so, B, let's talk about it. What was your process putting these vocals together? Because here's the thing, folks. He really didn't ask me nothing. He didn't ask me nothing. He just said, I want to do a song for you. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so when I came home to Detroit for the holidays, I think I saw one of your shows, and I was like, I wonder, do he have a theme song? I was like, most shows have that nowadays, and so I was like, I'm gonna ask him about that. And so I asked you, but I just knew you were going to be like, well, somebody's in the process of working on it, or somebody already asked me. So when you were like, go ahead, I'm like, oh, okay. So I was like, well, now I got to find a beat to write to. And so you were like, I already have two. You were like, I used one already, and then I have another one. So I was like, okay, well, send me both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So the one that you currently use, I was like, okay, that's more kind of house, I was like, I like house, but I go according to what feels good to me and something that I can kind of like authentically connect with immediately. So when I heard the other beat, I was like, I hit you up immediately, was like, I was like, that one is it. And especially the breakdown part, I was like, hey, okay. So
yeah,
that one is it.
That breakdown is serious.
But the funny thing about it is that I had already started working on a melody for the song before I even heard that beat.
Wow.
So when I heard the beat, it just kind of like, it surprised me how well they both went together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, so that was it. It was almost like it was meant to happen. So yeah.
That's what's up.
Man, so here's the deal. Last week we worked on this thing. Let me tell you, it was so exciting putting this thing together. And Brandon, you were patient, because I was just, first of all, I was excited, but I didn't want my excited to override the quality of the song. So I'm like, we got to make sure this thing is is great. But I think you wrote it harder than I did. And so this thing came together. That beat, and like you said, that breakdown is what makes this thing kind of go to a whole nother just. Listen, folks, this is the premiere of our first year anniversary, and I want to present to you the new theme music for Jervis Canty and Friends. Y'all listen to this, listen to it, and I'll play it again if you need to hear it a second time. But
Yeah,
I want you to
I
hear
can tell you
this.
already. You can run it back a couple times.
We can run it a couple of times, but I'm so excited about this. You guys, this is the new intro for Jervis Canty and Friends. Thank you so much for your support. And it was produced by these two brothers right here. Even the video edits. Brandon, B. Jareal, you did this. So no more further ado. Here is the new intro for Jervis Canty and Friends. Welcome to Jervis Canty and Friends.
Come on.
What is your superpower?
Yeah, it's the man of the hour. Can you tell me what's your superpower? Think about it before you answer. And never doubt it, always dream bigger. Don't hesitate, just tune right in.
Thanks for tuning in.
Rather have some fun that never ends. So join the ride, cause now it's time for Jervis Canty and Friends.
I am so excited.
Yeah. Won't you join me? Grab all your people and your family. Jervis Canty, time making memories. Come on. Just get back, won't you join me? Bringing good vibes, I can guarantee. Jervis Canty, so you love and some quality. Come on, just come on.
Man, what a show we got for you today.
Won't you join me?
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Just come on. It's Jervis Canty. Leave your mind, be carefree. Join me on this journey. Come on.
Thank you for being my friend. Man, I'm telling y'all, that just excites me. First of all, I want to say thank you sincerely from the bottom of my heart for both of y'all, because my imagination always has things, but I'm never able to take it completely that far. So to have people in your corner that wants to do great things to help you, that to me speaks volumes. And so, Boog, you roll, y'all both been riding with me the whole time of this show. And so I have to say I'm grateful, and excuse the language for those that may be watching. Y'all did the damn thing on this song. Y'all, the beat just flow. I could see that being a new stepper song. It's got that steppers beat. It's melodic. It's everything that I love in music. It's got a sway to it. It's got the background vocals. It's got bomb lead vocals. It's got great elements and breakdown. How do y'all feel about it?
Oh, I like it. When I got sent the first mix, I was like, I already heard it. I was like, oh yeah, this is about to be, because I didn't, of course I didn't know anything about what his vocals was gonna be like. So when I got it, I was just like, okay, because I heard like the backgrounds, like just the layers of them was like, especially on the breakdown part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think I listened to it like 20 times.
Okay.
Literally the first time I listened to it like 20 times, just kept listening to it over and over and over again. And so when he sent the final mix, I listened to it again. I was just listening to it. I was just like, this is actually like dope. Like,
it's so dope.
I kept thinking in my mind, like, what if he actually wrote like some more verses to this? Because I feel like
it's a song, right?
He need to do a full song.
It's a song. It really is a song.
Yeah.
B, how do you feel about the final product? How do you feel about this thing?
I love the song.
Let me interrupt. Don't be modest, sir.
For
Give
me?
yourself, yes, you. Yeah. Give yourself some, because Boog, you know you did your thing on that beat, right? Y'all did y'all thing. I'll say it.
It
Don't
was
be
it was no, it was a good track. You know what I'm saying? I actually had forgot about the track until you know what I'm saying, had brought it to me, and I was just like, I wonder, is he talking about the house track? When you was asking me about it, I'm like, okay, cool. Somebody about to jam out to the house track. That's cool. And then when you sent that mix, and I was like, oh, the other track. I'm like,
yeah.
oh, okay. So I had to go back. I had to go back
Brandon,
and listen to it again.
yeah. Now, Brandon, talk about it. Talk
I
about your
mean,
work first of all.
well, I mean, this was really me giving back to you. I mean, you were like one of the first people to interview me when my album dropped. So I wanted to give something back. So it really wasn't about me. So I when I wrote it, I was trying to take elements of the show and something that would really um, something take elements of you know what I'm saying, and put it into the song. So I was nervous, when I was sending it over, because I'm like, I hope he like it, because I hope I captured, what he's trying to do. And I was so nervous. And you are not the best at like giving your initial response. So I was like, okay, did that mean he like it? What? Like I think it turned out pretty good, better than actually I thought it was going to. When I actually sat and put the vocals and the harmonies together, I kept hearing certain stuff in my head. So I was like, let me record that just as an idea. And so a lot of stuff I ended up leaving in because it kind of came together well. So
It was done so well, and y'all never met each other. Y'all never met each other. I think that's the thing I love about recording and that kind of thing. Y'all never met. But it's amazing how two people from two totally different places do their thing. You're all the way in Texas. You're in Houston, Texas,
Oh, you in
Dallas.
Houston? Oh,
and
oh,
Boog,
Dallas.
you here in
Okay.
Detroit.
So you say you in Dallas?
I'm in Dallas.
Dallas. I mean,
Awesome.
I scream Houston constantly, but yeah,
Yeah.
here we go. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the magic of what music can do. I'm so proud of this project that y'all did together. I'm so proud of it. And I don't take it for granted. I'm gonna value this thing because I hope that it's one of those songs that people start singing when they tune in to watch the show. They hear that beat and it just makes them happy because it makes me happy.
They're gonna sing along.
They're gonna sing along, and that's what. If that happens, then I will be elated,
Mm.
elated. So I'm very excited. I gotta ask y'all the question. I asked you both the question before because you've been on the show. What is your superpower?
You want to start?
Oh, we're gonna start with me. um, my superpower. I think me and Jervis had talked about this before.
We
Just
have.
um, the God on the inside.
That's what you said before.
You want
Yeah.
to be connected. To what you're doing, connected to others. It's about doing for others. About being what you want others to be to you. And so many of us are gifted or whatever. And who am I to try to dampen somebody else's light? You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And so I think that's really one of the things that I kind of pride myself on, is making sure that other people's light um, is able to shine. So that's
Yeah.
another reason why I started Groove Radio Detroit, because it wasn't really about me. Initially it was like, okay, this is a platform that I can use to DJ, but just from my experiences of working with artists over the years, doing open mic events and showcases and stuff like that, it's always been about, what can I do for, you know, artists? What can I do for somebody else who may not be able to, do it for themselves, or they don't have a platform?
Hmm.
So,
Man, I think it's awesome, and you do it and you shine in it. Just from the topics you discuss sometimes when you do the groups with people, the music that you're producing, the way that you run in Groove Radio, it shows. So I appreciate that so much. B, What? Let's talk. What's your superpower other than no holds barred?
um, I don't remember what my last answer was, honestly, but I probably have like two. I think one will be creativity, and the other one will be resilience.
You said resilience before. You didn't say creativity, so that's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Creativity, I would say, because I try to be an exception to the rule in all facets of life. You know, not just necessarily artistically bringing something to life, but just trying to just keep a creative mind, keep an open mind on things in life in general. Um, but I like giving birth to new things. Music is not the only thing that I do. Like when I say artist, I mean artists in a variety of forms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Beyond. So creativity is definitely something I've always had as a kid, and so I try to keep it with me even.
Hmm.
And then resilience, because we all go through things in life that is not ideal, but it's really about how we handle those things and what we learn from them, and moving forward, what we do with that. And so I try to be, um, I always bounce back. I'll say that. I always
Yeah.
back,
Yeah.
no matter what the situation may be. I bounce back, and I try to still stay sane and stay who I am and true to myself without trying to be somebody else or let the situation define me. So.
Hmm. Wow. And here's the thing. I think that's a Detroit thing. I don't know that you can find that everywhere, but it's definitely a Detroit thing. That being resilient, that being able to bounce back, getting knocked down and getting right back up. That is a Detroit that's something that comes with people from Detroit. I want to talk about some of the comments that people left regarding the song. That theme song is everything. That makes me happy. Get into it. Love it. We got hand claps. Hashtag proud. Um, loved your answer, book, when you talked about your superpower. The power of manifestation. That's what somebody said. We got hand claps. So yeah, it's really just it's a great deal. It's a great thing. So I'm excited that you guys were both a part of this. I'm excited about this new theme song. Yep, I'm gonna play it again for those of you who missed it or just want to hear it again like me. We're gonna play it again, let y'all get this vibe. Hopefully you'll be singing it.
And we got to give a shout out to my boy Red too for
We got to give a shout out to Red, and we also have to give a shout out to I'm drawing a blank on the name. Sorry,
Sam Cooke.
Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke came back to do some work too. No, I'm joking. Sam Cooke. I'm excited. Look, somebody said I'm going to be singing this theme song like I do the Golden Girls. Dig that. Golden Girls theme song.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but DJ Red, Daryl Campbell,
Yeah.
Red, y'all did this was a group of fellas that put in the work and y'all did the thing for me. I'm geeked. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm glad you hit him up as as after I text you, and I text him like right away, like, hey, my guy Jervis, he looking for the song to be mixed. He about to hook you up. He like that. Appreciate it.
But the funny thing is, I've known Sam for at least 25 years. And I mean, not Sam, I've known Red for 25 years and didn't even know it was him that you were talking about.
Wow.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
managed a group back. It's funny how things come back, but I managed a gospel group back in the day,
Okay.
and I sang with the group. And Red was one of our recording session musicians.
Okay. Yeah.
So crazy. I didn't even think about that, but
Yeah.
yeah,
He's a dope musician, a dope producer, dope engineer. Like
yeah.
he.
He got us started, and then I sent it to somebody else to finish it.
Okay.
Well, Brandon sent it to somebody else to finish it, but
Awesome.
he added some elements in there. Red Alice added some elements, but I also heard some elements that was added at the whole thing is just amazing. It really is an amazing product. I'm gonna go ahead and play it again. take a sip of some water, and we'll be back. Here you go, folks.
Yeah.
Welcome to Jervis Canty and Friends.
Come on, come on.
What is your superpower?
Yeah, it's the man of the hour. Can you tell me what's your superpower? Think about it before you answer. And never doubt it, always dream bigger. Don't hesitate, just tune right in.
Thanks for tuning in.
Rather have some fun that never ends. So join the ride, cause now it's time for Jervis Canty and
I
Friends.
am so inspired.
Won't you join me? Grab all your people and your family. Jervis have a good time making memories. Come on, come on, come on. Just come on. So just kick back, won't you join me? Bringing good vibes, I can guarantee. Jervis time show some love and some quality. Come on, come on. Just come on.
Man, what a show we got for you today.
Come on, won't you join me?
Thank you so much for tuning in.
It's Jervis Canty. Leave your mind, be carefree. Join me on this journey.
Thank you for being my friend.
God, I so here's the thing.
That's nice, man.
Man, it's so nice. Y'all, man, I thank you. Thank you both from the bottom of my heart. I'm grateful. I really am grateful. And I'm happy, excited. I'm really excited about this next level, and where things are going. Um, let's talk about your next projects. I know you're both probably working on some specific things. So let's talk about your next projects and what you're working on.
I'll let him start first.
Yeah, we'll start with you, B. We're gonna start with you this time.
So I am trying to still promote No Holds Barred. So I'm in the planning process of a virtual live performance.
Yes, sir. Yes,
But
sir.
because of COVID, I would have been started a long time ago. But because of COVID, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this because I have a lot of background arrangements. I have a need for background singers. And so I don't want them to have to get tested every time we have a rehearsal because we're probably going to rehearse like every other weekend. So I don't, they're not going to want to get tested every time for rehearsal. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this, how I'm going to get it together. But that's one of the bigger things that I'm working on. That's probably was supposed to be like the spring. So I'm hoping I still can keep that deadline. And then I've actually started writing for a new project, new music. I'm in the beginning stages, but it's I'm excited about it. Actually, I'm getting excited about it. I tried to reinvent myself and not stick with the same sound.
Yeah.
Project, but I am taking the feedback from this project and kind of incorporating it into the new one, but just with some type of different stuff. So those are the two main things that I'm working on. And then the next single, which was supposed to be in Hallelujah, but because of it has features and because of like schedule,
Yeah.
It's just it. So I have to do something that was just me. So the next single will actually be Soulmate. So I'm looking for someone who I can do a visual or shoot a video with to do that. And so those are the main three things that I'm working on now.
So are you actually going to do the the virtual live performance in Texas, or are you going to bring it to Detroit and do it?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I'd say bring it to Detroit and do it, and then we can kind of get in there and help.
I probably will. I probably would do that. That probably would be. But I guess, well, since I'm working from home, I probably can do that because, I was more concerned with like the backgrounds and us having rehearsals. And so with me being here, I don't know how that would happen. But since I'm working from home, I probably could do that.
We got the singers. All you got to do, we got the singers, we got the musicians, we even got the spaces you can do it in. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there for free. It ain't no cost you nothing. But if you can do it in Detroit, we can get the people.
I mean, Detroit is home, so I'm always feel comfortable, doing something there than anywhere else. But So hey, I just may.
Yep. So Boog, let's talk about Group Detroit and what's happening, and What's new? What you got coming up? Let's talk. Let's talk about some of the great shows you have on Groove Radio.
Yeah, I like the collection of shows that we have on the radio
Yeah,
station right now. It's still some more that I'm waiting on a few people to, you know, decide what they want to do as far as dates and times or whatever. I got a couple new podcasts that'll be starting soon.
nice.
A couple other shows. So really,
Hopefully,
right
you'll
now.
have a new artist on Groove Radio too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. We'll be adding this music to the rotation. Right now, just kind of gearing up for April 1st. So April 1st is
Okay,
when the main server for the station will be completely live. So we had a radio side
nice.
and the live streaming side. And so for those that want to do both, you know what I'm saying, we'll be making that happen. So I'll be talking to everybody at some point over the next few weeks to see, what they want to do as far as the radio side of things. And, just trying to connect to more artists. Um, you know, not just Detroit artists, but independent artists is the focus, for the station. Um, Besides that, um, that's it, man. Just trying to make more connects and keep it
That-
growing, grow the listener base. I'm glad that shows like yours and the other ones that are on here, like
yeah,
Vitamin D, the Ron Dan show, um,
yeah, yeah.
the young lady who does interviews before yours, keeping it real conversation with Sunshine. So y'all, all of y'all been like really, really consistent with y'all shows. So it's helped
Mhm.
with, um,
Getting the word out.
continuity and just getting regular listeners and viewers every week. So just focusing on growing that listener viewer base. Um, that's the main things for Groove Radio Detroit. As far as any projects for me, I'm actually working on an EP. I got a single out that dropped like
Wait, you got a single that dropped when?
it actually dropped in 2019. So I was supposed to drop a project last year, but because of the pandemic, I kind of nixed that. You know what I'm saying? Because putting projects out, it costs music, it costs
Yeah,
money.
yeah,
And so I was trying to keep ducats for like important stuff, bills and all
yeah.
that stuff.
I hear you.
I kind of delayed it, but I talked to my boy Red, and we gonna try to go ahead and finish it up. I got an EP that'll drop at some point this year. I haven't decided when yet, but I mean, it's pretty much done. I got like 2 songs that got to be recorded.
Man, there's so much great music coming out. I swear, I get excited about that. Because we had that little moment where it seemed like wasn't nobody making music, wasn't nobody doing nothing. Now everybody is kind
I
of
think it's
on the
'cause of
game.
yeah, I think it's because of the shock of the pandemic and just everything being shut down. You know what I'm saying? People couldn't perform and couldn't do shows. And, for artists, you know what I'm saying? That's like basically like cutting off their air supply
That's true.
to a certain degree. And so you combine that with, for some who still had jobs and maybe their job was affected because of the pandemic. So you got that on top of not being able to do shows, and it created this whole new stress. And some people
That's true.
their hunger, their drive, their creativity was stunted. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's so true.
And so it took a while. So then when people started to adjust it, like, okay, this is actually probably going to be a new normal, then you started to kind of see, well, I got this music, I can't keep sitting on it because it was an unknown of when things will open back up. Like even right now, none of us expected to be here a year later
That's
when
true.
we started last year that it would still be at play. You know what I'm saying? That it would still be affecting us. And so, if you got music, I mean, you just need to put it out,
Yeah,
especially when you really like B was saying earlier. Like this is like a good time because you can get everybody's attention. Everybody is
that's true.
at home. They music is really the only outlet for a lot of people.
Hmm.
So they listening more. online and listening more to Spotify and
That's true.
music and YouTube, and so if they know you got something out, they're more apt to check it out now than they probably would have when
Mhm.
like super busy. You know what I'm
Yeah, that's true.
saying?
That's why people are even doing this. Nobody would have been watching had it not been. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have. It wouldn't be doing what it's doing if it wasn't for this pandemic. It really wouldn't. And it was supposed to be a one and done. And now a year later, here we go.
Yeah,
A year
I
later.
think the pandemic opened up a lot of unexpected doors for people. You know,
And
we
it forced us to see our gifts. It really did. Well, I appreciate y'all for being here. Listen, everybody. We're still. This is the first show. The first show of our anniversary. I thank you for tuning in. We got a lot of great stuff coming up in the month of March. So next week, join us at 4 p.m. My guest is actress, comedian Coco Brown. You've seen her in a whole lot of everything from Tyler Perry to you name it, she's been in it. She'll be with us at 4 o'clock. This should be a really fun conversation because she is a whole lot of fun. And then we'll be joined by the host of Everybody Mad, the live podcast with Kenya Kabine and Said Lover next Saturday at 5 o'clock. Join us. We got a whole lot of things coming up, but that kickoff, my final guest, I can't even announce her yet. She doesn't want me to announce her until later. I'll just say later. But we got two guests that's coming at the end of the month that I cannot wait to announce. You are going to be surprised. I was shocked that they accepted, but they are coming on the show.
I
Please
mean,
stay with me.
who wouldn't accept your invitation? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
it's
you know,
It's the Jervis Canty and Friends show. Like, this is like, come on now.
it's thank you, but it's just me talking to friends. That's all. That's all.
There'll be
But
more
again,
surprises to come. More surprises to come.
I hope so. I thank God for it. Again, thank y'all for everybody that's been voting for the Detroit Choice Awards. Please
Yes,
continue to
sir.
vote. Voting is open till March 30th for your favorite podcast, Jervis Canty and Friends. Go to DetroitChoiceAwards.com. I'm excited, y'all. It's a lot going on. Thank you to our sponsors, LaBria Davis. She is a certified life coach and career consultant. You can contact her for your consultation today, 626 381 8479. Angela Armstrong, if you need a new home, she's the person to help you get it. O'Connor Real Estate Development. TJC Naturals, you can inbox me for this. This is my sister's business. She's created this all natural oil and it is amazing. All natural oil, and she's doing a great job with it. Please contact me if you're interested. It's only $7 a bottle. I've actually got the bottle right here. If you can look on the side, right there, right there, right there. So if
Yeah.
you want to get it, inbox me. Contact Sonia Tyson Weston for your premier travel. Go to www.yptonthego.com or call her at 248-295-2715. And if you mention the promo code Jervis Can't or Jervis C 2021, you're going to receive $100 off of your first initial booking. So go ahead and contact her now, and we'll play these last two videos, and then we are going to play the video again, and
Play
then
that
we'll
theme music.
Crystal Clear products are vegan and paraben free, with sea moss transforms all skin types from acne to rosacea. The vitamin C serum has lightening properties like kojic acid to help hyperpigmentation and anti-aging. Order these products today. Created by licensed esthetician Crystal Wilson. Face the world crystal clear.
Listen, go follow Groove Radio Detroit. Sign up. I think it's $4.99. Go sign up. Go get on it. Listen to some great podcasts, great music mixes. Boog, do you sell your mixes? The music, like mixtapes or that kind of thing? You
Actually,
should
no, I don't sell any
get
mixes.
into that.
I mean, I've done it before in the past.
Your beat, yeah, those mixes are great.
Like, I mean, as far as like production on the production side, if somebody interested, I'm always
Okay.
so. And B, if you want to connect, we definitely connect and
Awesome.
working on new stuff or whatever. So I'm in the process of getting back into my flow with that, and so if I got something, I'll shoot it your way so you can check it out.
Okay.
So production is always, something that's at
All
work.
right.
And so if somebody need a DJ for an event, the world gonna open up at some point.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you need a DJ, what I'm saying, reach out to me. You can just hit me at Boog's World, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Shoot me a DM. My website is down now. I'm actually building a new one, so that'll be up soon. But yeah, you can reach me on social media at Boog's World.
Yes, sir.
And let's connect.
All right, BJ Real. Let's talk about it. The album is out already. No holds barred. Please go and grab this real R&B music. It's got groove to it. It's got music to make you think about relationships, not just love, not just intimate relationships, but love relationships in a whole. It's a great project. It's put together so well. So please go and grab that. B, where can everybody follow you?
They can go to bjareal.com. And then most of the social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube is at Jareal. That's it.
Well, fellas, again, thank y'all for this amazing situation that you've done. It was incredible. I thank you for the new theme song for Jervis Canty and Friends. It's a banger. It's funny talking about a theme song and calling it a banger, but it is what it is. But thank y'all so much for the creativity of it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Join us next week. Join us Wednesday. I'm sorry. Wednesday, we're going to have all of the sponsors on the show so you can meet the sponsors. We're going to do this every month for everybody that's a sponsor of the show. So next Wednesday at 7 p.m., we're doing a Meet the Sponsors. They're going to have their products to display for you. They're going to talk about what they do, and you'll be able to talk to them face-to-face on the show. And we're going to get into hopefully building some business, but also building relationships in the process. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and play this video again. And thank you for tuning in to Jervis Canty and Friends.
Welcome to Jervis Canty and Friends.
Come on.
What is your superpower?
Yeah, it's the man of the hour. Can you tell me what's your superpower? Think about it before you answer. And never doubt it, always dream bigger. Don't hesitate, just tune right in.
Thanks for tuning in.
About to have some fun that never ends. So join the ride, cause now it's time for Jervis Canty and Friends.
I am so excited.
Won't you join me? Grab all your people and your family. Let's have a good time making memories. Come on. Just kick back, won't you join me? Bringing good vibes, I can guarantee. This time is something love and some quality. Come on. Just come on.
Man, what a show we got for you today.
Won't you join me?
Thank you so much for tuning in.
It's Jervis Canty. Leave your mind, be carefree. Join me on this journey.
Thank you for being my friend.